Yo, what is up NBA fans, and especially my fellow Sixers fans? It is Mike here. I am recording this immediately after the Sixers finished whooping up on the Pacers in their final preseason game. The NBA regular season starts in about 5 days, and I feel like talking about my team, the 76ers, and my takeaways from their preseason, because so far they've been looking pretty dang good, I'm not gonna lie, alright? They've been looking pretty dang good. And before anyone says it, because I'm sure somebody's gonna say it in the comments, alright, if not multiple people, if you think that I am too high on the Sixers in this video, you might be right, okay? They are my team, I am biased, and I am recording this off the high of a 15-point comeback win against another playoff team in the Indiana Pacers, while we didn't have Joel Embiid, okay? Fantastic preseason game. I'm very hyped right now, so yeah, I might be slightly too high on this team, but I'm going to give you my immediate, just like my gut reactions, okay? Exactly how I feel about this team right now. So let me get right into it, alright? The Sixers beat the Pacers tonight, 113-107. It was fantastic, alright? And it was a very weird game for the Sixers. Joel Embiid wasn't there, and it was very interesting to see how the team played. Now, what I personally wanted to see from this game were two things. I wanted to see Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris, and I wanted to see them play fantastic. And what I got was not that. Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris, they were okay. They were fine. Tobias Harris, honestly, he was kind of bad. In fact, he really did not play well. Ben Simmons was okay. 9 points, 8 assists. He took a 3. Let me get this out of the way now. Ben Simmons took a 3, and I feel like I'm not as hype about it as many Sixers fans are going to be. So let me just explain why that is, alright? I have believed since the start of this season that Ben Simmons would be shooting threes with some amount of consistency, alright? Maybe like 1 3 a game, I could see him averaging something close to that by the end of the year. Alright, I really do think Ben is going to shoot threes more. However, I don't think tonight was a good example of that. If you watched him, he actually almost took 2 threes before he actually took one, which he bricked off the front of the rim. He kind of did like a hezzy with Malcolm Brogdon in his face, and it looked like he was going to shoot it, and then it turned out to just be a pump fake. The thing with Ben Simmons' 3 was, though, it was not within the flow of the offense whatsoever. I really think it was literally just a 3 to get people to shut up. Like, he realized in the quarter, like, oh, we're doing well right now, I may as well just take a 3 to make the media shut their mouths. It was not remotely within the flow of the offense. I was not a big fan of that. Alright, in my opinion, most of Ben's threes this season are going to come when Joel Embiid and him are sharing the floor, and here's what's going to happen. Embiid is going to get double-teamed by Ben Simmons' man, because that's what always happened. When Embiid is double-teamed, like 90% of the time, it's Ben Simmons' defender leaving him wide open on the perimeter. And Embiid's going to pass it to Ben in the corner, and that is when Ben is going to shoot. He's going to shoot spot-up, catch-and-shoot threes, okay? Ben Simmons is not going to start taking threes off the dribble. He's not going to start taking threes with the defender right in his face, okay? Tonight, I really just think it was a please shut up and get off my back 3, and not an actual 3 that made sense within the flow of the offense. So I don't care about it as much as I would have if Doc had actually ran a screen for Ben Simmons to get him open in the corner or anywhere on the three-point line for a three-pointer, alright? I don't think this three-pointer tonight was a good indication of what Ben's normal threes are going to look like. Anyway, getting past that, his passing was great as always. He played pretty good defense. The Pacers were interesting tonight. Sabonis freaking dominated us in the paint, which wasn't a big shock. Bradley and Dwight Howard did an okay job against him, but the refs were very soft tonight. They were giving him everything. Although, to be fair, they were terrible on both ends. Like, they gave us some crap calls. They gave the Pacers some crap calls. So at least if there were bad refs, they were doing it for both sides, you know what I'm saying? But with Joel Embiid out, I wasn't shocked to see Sabonis have almost 30 points tonight. He was playing really well. But he and Bradley were both pretty good, and I think Bradley is going to be a legit, very solid third option at center, especially in the games when Embiid sits out. I think there will not be a big issue giving him real minutes. Just a very solid, like, third-string backup center as far as they go. I think he could absolutely be a secondary, like a main backup center on a different team. So he looked pretty good tonight, and the bench really was the star of the show tonight, okay? It really was. Tobias Harris played like booty. Danny Green, he had 9 points, a couple big defensive plays in the beginning, but he wasn't like anything special. Same thing with Seth Curry, alright? Nothing special. However, off the bench, Furkan Korkmaz with 14 points. He hit 4 3-pointers. Tyrese Maxey did his thing in limited minutes. Mike Scott hit 3 or 4 3-pointers. He looked fantastic. Alright, the bench looked great, and of course, I cannot forget Protein Shake Milton, 15 points and 5 assists. He was hitting threes, he was driving the lane. The Sixers bench, guys, it has never been this good. At least not anytime, not since the process started. Since the process started, we have dreamed about having a bench that has a couple guys who can legitimately play defense, a legit backup center, and some guys who can legitimately shoot the three. All of those things at once. And it's never happened, okay? A lot of us, me included, fooled ourselves into thinking we had that last year when we had, like, who's the dude we traded to the Magic? I don't know what his name is, but we had a couple guys last year, and we, like, pretended that we had a solid bench, but we didn't. We didn't have a good bench last year, okay? The only time it was okay, like an average bench, was when we got Alec Burks and Glenn Robinson, and even then Glenn Robinson played like shit under Brett Brown and clearly didn't want to be here the whole time. It was not good. We have a legit bench now, and it's full of future potential, okay? I could see Doc Rivers running a 10 to 12 man rotation with this bench, assuming that, you know, Embiid misses like a lot of games for rest. Alright, you got Dwight Howard and Tony Bradley, good backup centers. Alright, Shake Milton and Tyrese Maxey are both legit. I know it's just 2 preseason games, but I don't see any reason that they cannot continue to produce in the way they have. Maxey hasn't hit any threes yet. I don't think he's taken any threes yet, but his ability to get to the basket and score in the paint is elite. The dude has an amazing paint game. He's got these fantastic floaters. He's just a straight bucket when he gets moving downhill. Dude is fantastic. There were a lot of people who told me that I was sleeping on Maxey, okay? Because I'll be completely honest. I wanted us to draft Desmond Bane instead of Tyrese Maxey. I thought, you know, he's a shooter. He's who we want. This Maxey kid, you know, he's a young guard. I just don't trust him. I was wrong, guys. I was completely wrong about Tyrese Maxey. He plays defense and he's a bucket. I'm a huge fan of him, okay? Korkmaz, he's inconsistent. Mike Scott, inconsistent. However, when they get hot like they did tonight, there's no reason that these two guys can't be part of this rotation, because when they get hot, they are absolutely the perfect players you want for this team. They're just lights out from 3. And we have a lot of 3-point options, so this year we can finally afford to have a few dudes not be on fire from 3, okay? When one of our starters, like Josh Richardson last year, when Josh Richardson wasn't hitting the threes, this team was terrible, okay? If he and Harris weren't making their threes, it was awful because we just didn't have that many guys who could do it. You know, Korkmaz, inconsistent, Shake, last year, didn't get real minutes till the end. Now that we have a bunch of legit 3-point shooters, it's okay when 1 or 2 guys have a slump because there's a couple other guys to pick up their slack. And I am so happy about that. It is so nice to have legit bench depth, and most of them are young. Milton, Korkmaz, Thibault, Maxey, these guys are not in their prime yet. They're going to just keep getting better and better. I am so excited for the next couple years of having this young core of our bench. They're fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, guys. I love to see it tonight. This game, for me, was better than the game against the Celtics. Yeah, we beat the Celtics by more and looked better overall, but the Celtics played like doo-doo that night. Like, they just played like absolute garbage, okay? Tatum and Brown combined for 15 points. They played really badly. The Pacers got up 15 points on us, and we came back for the win. I loved seeing this team fight back, because you would see it all the time under Brett Brown. You would see it in the second or third quarter, the Sixers would blow a lead, and they'd end up down like 10 or 15 points, and they would just never get it back. They would just play like crap the rest of the game, and maybe they'd make like a mini run to get within like 5 points again, and then they would blow it immediately and never get back. It was so nice to see this team getting back, and I know, I always say, preseason means nothing. However, since we're talking about my team here winning games, preseason means frickin' everything, and I'm so happy to see this team play. Okay, the Sixers were really great tonight. They shot better than the Pacers. They played good defense. The one issue was the turnovers. They had 26 goddamn turnovers. Honestly, the Pacers, y'all need to be embarrassed for yourselves. First, you lost to the Cavs twice, and the Cavs are currently, as I'm recording this, getting whooped by the Knicks. And when I say whooped, I mean they're down literally like 50 points right now to the Knicks in like the third quarter. And you guys lost to them twice, and then you lost to the Sixers without Embiid when we had 26 turnovers. Oof, you're not helping your case, guys. I'm doing my best, Pacers. I'm doing my best to tell everyone you're making the playoffs, but you are not helping your case. Let me tell you that. Anyway, guys, roasting the Pacers aside, I think the Sixers look great this preseason, okay? And how good do I think they can be? Well, we're going to get into that more later this weekend, as on Sunday, which also happens to be my birthday, I'm going to be doing a Sixers podcast with All Sports Philly and Trust the Love. If you haven't heard of them, you should check them out on Instagram. But I'm planning to do a Sixers podcast with them. Look forward to that. But just my brief thoughts right now, I think the Sixers have as good of a chance as any team in the East, okay? I think the top 3 to 4 teams in the East are looking like the Sixers, Bucks, and Heat, and the Celtics are arguably in there, but Kemba Walker needs to come back healthy for me to really say that with confidence. The Nets I don't believe in. Maybe they can get up there. Alright, maybe the Raptors shock me, but I think the top 3 teams as of right now are looking to be the Sixers, Bucks, and Heat. I think that's what it's going to be, and personally, I don't see a reason the Sixers can't make the finals. Now, I'm not saying they're definitely going to, but I think they have just as good of a chance as the Bucks or the Heat do, and I cannot wait, as a Sixers fan, to see this team in the rest of the season. So, that is all I had for you today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was a lot of rambling in this video because, I mean, my videos are all unscripted, but this one was, like, really unscripted. Like, just 100% immediate gut reaction to the game I just watched. I hope you all enjoyed, though. If you did, please drop a like. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and keep checking out my other content. Thank you.